Welcome to Rust, the console edition. I've moved to a second base down by the water so I can farm low-grade fuel so I can make a furnace. So I figured I'll build a little bit of a beach shack right down here by the water, and I can swim out to those floating junk piles to pick up some low-grade fuel to build a furnace. I'm down here also because it just happens to have one of these stone nodes. They are not all the stone is going to give you what you need, stone itself. When you see that glint, it's a really large stone with kind of deep cuts in it. Kind of looks like a grub of some kind. So that's what stone looks like. It's not every single stone that you come across that you can farm, just those ones. Now I'm just checking around for anybody else. It can be a little difficult to do this. You're trying to keep your nose above water, and if you start to drown, push and hold the A key and try to keep from drowning. So I wanted to see what one of these boats has on board, and if there's any fuel, then might be able to use it to zip around to a few of these floating trash piles. And it looks like a giant, like a Navy SEALs Kodiak or something, so this might, oh, it's a lot of seats. Okay. And you push Y. And then you do this crazy thing where you start clicking around to change seats. And it's not exactly the most accurate thing. With this particular vehicle, it's easy just to look at the steering wheel. There we go. Okay, we can check fuel storage. There's none. I have 20 on me. So we're going to go ahead and put that fuel in. Let's see. Start the engine. I don't think it worked. There we go. Now, a nice puttering along is good. Oh, you can go in reverse. Sweet. Okay, let's head over to those junk piles, as long as I have my rock. I don't want to go farming with too much junk. This way, if I do die, I'm not going to be carrying everything, at least until I get used to the game, and driving boats. So, let's aim for those. I have a feeling this one may burn a lot of fuel. There's a smaller little, kind of like a little open fishing boat. Let's see how much we've used. Ew, a little bit. Yeah, that was quite a bit, actually. And remember to turn the engine off when you're done. Okay, let's just get over there and see what we can get. At least it's fun and something new. It's wide open out here so you can see any enemies. Whoa. I think I found the gas pedal. Okay, so you just come up close to these things and just jump out. There we go. Remember to turn it off. Whoa, 9 left. That is a gas guzzler. Wow. I think I'll be farming a lot of fuel. And also trying to keep my nose above water. As your health drops and you get colder, you will sink. Doesn't matter, it just happens. And probably not gonna... There, I got out. Okay, the other nice thing that you get from these barrels is sometimes you get a blueprint for something minor, and also maybe a pickaxe to help you. There I am trying to see if a sleeping bag will deploy out here. I always check these things, even though people say, no, you can't. I always check. Okay, let's get some fuel. And for some reason, the red barrels are the ones that get you the most fuel and scrap. So we're going to get some crude oil that we can refine to low-grade fuel. There's 15 crudes and 8 low-grade fuels. So that's really good. And there's 2 more red barrels on the junk pile to my left. As long as you see that condition bar, you can break it down. It's really nice and peaceful out on the water, and it's a lot of fun to learn how to run these boats and things. And there's some scrap metal, and you can take that to the recycling machine at either of the 2 safe zones. The reason I'm doing this is I'm trying to get to Outpost. Outpost is the second safe zone, Bandit Camp being the first that I gave the little tour of. So I'm trying to get to Outpost to see what they have. Let's see what this one. Maybe something good. Let's see, some scrap. That's good. Wooden barricade. Those are those spiky ones. And we have 2 more fuel barrels. Let's go ahead and open those. And I'm definitely going to switch to the smaller boat that uses less fuel. Okay, so we got a little bit more of both. And we can refine this at Outpost. Bandit Camp does not have a refinery, only Outpost does. So I don't have enough to actually build one yet. Okay, a little bit more. There's one out there and there. Well, let's see how far we can go with the fuel we have in the... Yeah, let's deploy the wooden spike trap. All right, let's get back into the boat. Get back in my correct seat. This is going to get old fast. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I see why people like the other boat. Uses less fuel and it's not as ridiculous as this. Okay, I'm going to stay right in that middle seat. There we go. Let's add the fuel to the fuel storage. Press Y. And we got 20. That's not bad. It might get us to the other junk pile. So we have about 29. Let's see how far we can go. And I'm still learning to drive the boat. I actually will get better. But right now, let's just get over to the other junk piles, as embarrassing as this will be. And there's no red barrels, but there's a toolbox. That might have something in it. Hopefully a pickaxe or something else we can use and research. Wow, that was 14. Okay, so at least we have a couple of barrels here. Sorry, a barrel and a tool chest. There we go. It's a little scrap and a sewing kit. Sewing kits are great for breaking down for cloth. Okay. Pickaxe. Hey! And 5 more scraps. So you're getting a little scrap. And 1 more barrel here. Oh, at least I have the pickaxe. I can use that. Let's get back in the boat. Go to another one. And since my rock is destroyed, let's use the new pickaxe. Wow, that is so much faster. An electric fuse. Keep your electric fuses. That with certain key cards, at least I know the green one, you put the fuse in a panel and then you can go to another part of the little building. These are at the monuments and you can open, there's another fuse, and you can open up, you can open up extra doors. There's a green key cards, blue key cards, and everything else. It looks like I got something called a targeting computer. I'll have to check that out later, but the pickaxe is definitely like 2 swipes and it's done. Tarps I need, and more scrap. Scrap is money. Scrap, I will show you how to use that in some of the upcoming videos on how to research items that you find so you can learn the blueprints. Okay, let's go boating. And I picked up a random player along with my friend Ducky, Sarcasmium. He's a much better boater than I am, so he's going to take us around to these junk piles. Yeah, when you don't kill somebody because they're carrying a rock just like you, we teamed up, and he's driving us around to all these junk piles, and we're all jumping out to get more fuel so we can make it to Outpost.
I'll park it up on here again, real fancy like.
Teammates essential. Makes everything go so much faster so we can get on with the rest of our day. Right, we got some more low grade and more crude.
There's a blueprint. Everything else is terrible.
Yeah, we'll get better stuff.
Yeah, there's
You have an unfortunate scalp condition there, Sarcasm.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Back and top.
I look fantastic.
All right. Let's get to Outpost. So we're outside the main gate, Gate 1 at Outpost, and there's a sign off to the right. It basically has the same rules as Bandit Camp. You cannot pull any pew-pews, and you cannot do all of those things there. If you do decide to log out here, you will wake up hostile and have the 30-minute timer. First stop is here. We went in through Gate 1, as I said. There is the campfire, which is essential to surviving out on this map because Outpost is in the cold. It may be on all maps, but it seems that all the maps I go to, it's in the cold area. There is a a recycler. You can put in all of your scrap pieces of metal that you find, and it will give you scrap, which is the currency for the game, the main currency. So junk in and scrap currency out. There's also a repair bench here. You can go ahead and repair anything you find in the world as long as it's not broken and as long as you know the plan. So it's a little bit not helpful. There are no NPCs here that you can trade with. All of Outpost is a series of vending machines, and they're scattered all over the place. Let's check out this first one here. And the only thing of note here is that as the currency, you can use your cloth to buy rope, which you can use to make ladders. So that's the only thing besides scrap that you can use. Here you can exchange wood and stone for wood and stone, and everything else will cost you scrap. So we're trying to find ways on PC you can sell cloth. So there's these huge cloth farms that you can mine and farm and use that to come here in PC. So we don't know if we're going to get that on console or not yet. Probably not. And here's one of the pew pew vendors. There are autos and also a few other things there that you can purchase with your scrap. And I wanted to see what that was. I thought might be some kind of a refinery of some kind, but it's not. It's just part of the game architecture. This whole area reminds me so much of Fallout. And there isn't a lot of lore with this game either, so apart from the scientists and a remote island, you're kind of guessing as to what it's all about. Yay! There's winter clothing for sale here. The winter boots are essential for this area, and the bright flaming red coat will make you stand out in the snow to your enemies, but at least you'll be warm. I definitely have to get some scrap and come back and buy that. And this one has a few things of use, especially the jackhammer at the bottom. That can be used to tear down stone walls from camps when you're raiding. It also makes your mining of stone go a lot faster. I have one, but I have not learned the plan yet. Let's see. Looks like we have lighting in here. We have the small or a refinery, and below that is a large furnace and a light. So people were using those lights to grow cloth in their cloth farms indoors with water and full-time lighting. On the PC edition, they have submarines, vehicles, helicopters, everything. Hopefully all of that will reach us in the console editions at some point. Just give them time. The reason I'm doing these videos, I wanted to play a new game. I've played Fallout 76 now for 3 years, so I need a bit of a change. And here's my teammate at the refinery here. Let's take a look. Switch the refinery. All you have to do is add wood and your crude oil, and we picked up quite a bunch of it, and that will refine it down to low-grade fuel, and we're good to go. Also remember to pull your right trigger to turn the machine on. And it also gives you charcoal, which you'll need for things for making freedom seeds. That's what we call them, freedom seeds. You put those in the pew-pews, so yeah, we're good to go. So yeah, those two ingredients at a level 1 workbench will help you grow freedom seeds. Yes, monetization, yes. Sometimes works, or being banned, which I don't want to be banned. That would be bad. Okay, let's get out of this and on to the next machine. And as you can see, it's actually pretty quick. We already have 12 low-grade fuels that used up the small amount of wood that I had. And let's go and check out the rest of the place. Just over here, there was that, there's a flame source. Yep, we know that. There's the level 1 workbench would be off to my right. And there you could see that my comfort level went right back up, just standing near that fire barrel. That's a good thing. I think I was already at these vending machines. Just going to double check. Yep, same thing, the wooden stone one. Don't need to look at that one. But I did anyways, of course. Okay, and to my right, that's the level 1 workbench that my teammate's at. And I think that's it. I think the recycler is there. Yep, there's the recycler. I'm just going to take a quick walk around outside. Also be careful that the wildlife can enter this area just like they can at bandit camp. So a good thing to do is place a sleeping bag nearby so that if you are killed here at Outpost or bandit camp or anywhere on the map, that you have a respawn point. And if you are killed inside either of the safe zones, nobody can loot your body but you. This has a nice Fallout feel to it out here. Looks pretty good. Just wish we could take a look at some of these buildings. There are guards or scientists everywhere here enforcing those rules. So let's go through here. It looks like there's another gate back here. Looks identical to gate 1. Okay, and at least we're here in the daytime, so we're not going to freeze to death. There we are, same thing, gate 2. Let's head back in. Just wanted to see if there was anything else outside of note, like maybe a furnace, because this place has the refinery and bandit camp has the doesn't have a furnace. That's right. Level 1 workbench. It's basically a dice roll. You put your scrap in and you do an experiment and you will get a random blueprint you do not already know. And also, too, if you're going to craft things like that I can't mention, you don't have to be in the machine. You just stand back from the machine at a certain distance and you can craft things that are available at a level 1 workbench. Took a while to figure that out. You don't need to be in the workbench. That's just for experiments. And here is the research table. And this is where you put your item in that you find. It cannot be broken. You put it in the top slot and it will tell you what the research cost is. And that is always in scrap. And then you will learn the blueprint. So if you find a AK or a DB or any hazmat suits or diving equipment, there's amazing diving equipment. You can get goggles and fins and oxygen tanks to go down for about 9-10 minutes. It's pretty cool. This is the chill zone. It has a barbecue. Cook all your food or take out the charcoal and use that later. And the nice thing is if you're stuck here during the temperature drop, then you can just all be near the campfire. And that's everything for Guide for New Players Part 3. I will have another video coming out soon on the research table. Thanks so very much for watching, and I'll see you out in Rust.